This is the Vornado Forced Air Velocity 5 Electric Space Heater. It's pretty good for the price, $109. It's somewhere between the kind of desktop ones you get that tend to fail over time versus the $300 Shark one or the $500, $600, $700 up to $900 now Dyson ones. So it's pretty good in terms of the price point. In addition to the handle on the top, it's got this nice little cubby on the bottom for cord storage. If you're not using it, you can wind up the cord and kind of tuck it away there. And it's a two-prong plug. There's no ground on it, which I thought was interesting because it's a heat appliance. Alright, when you turn it on, the LED on the top lights up, and it'll show you right away what the room temperature it's measuring as and what it's set at. You can turn the set temperature up or down. It does heat only, there's no cool function. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down here. You set the temperature and it can monitor the temperature and sort of throw more heat out, almost like a thermostat. I think that's what it's supposed to actually be, but it doesn't really feel like it ever shuts off. I feel like it just runs low and then you get bursts of hot air when it's trying to catch up. And it has a timer that you can set between 1 and 12 hours for auto shut off. It has a locking function on the interface. You hold it for 3 seconds and it locks the interface. Do the same in reverse to unlock it. They say the case is a cool touch case, which means it shouldn't be hot on the outer part of the case, with the exception of where the fan blows the heat out. That does get pretty warm. Depending on your sensitivity, you might say it gets really hot. I don't run it straight on all day, so it has a chance to cool down a little bit. Here's the big negative, is the plastic smells you get out of it. It really does smell like a shower curtain when you first open it up, or a pool toy. It has that kind of vinyl-y plastic smell. I'm 10 days into it and it's diminished, but I can still smell it. I don't know if it's because I smelled it so strongly at the beginning, but I was really hoping that that would have gone away by now. One thing about the nice user interface that it does have is it lacks a remote control. It does not come with a remote control. There's a similar Vornado fan out there for about $10 more or less that does come with a remote control, but I think the fan itself is less powerful in terms of the heat it can produce. And it does have the 2 heat settings, low or high, with the option to just do fan only. So if you just want to circulate, you can just run it on fan only. And it does have this nice safety shut-off if it's tipped over, which is really nice to see. It shuts the heater right off. And it's this little toggle on the bottom with, it looks like it's spring-loaded and leveled. And when it becomes unlevel, or I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but when that thing gets tripped, that shuts off the furnace. And here's what I mean about the nighttime mode. It turns off most of the display, but it leaves on that giant red light that reminds me of the cyborg from the 1970s Battlestar Galactica TV show. It is really bright and it actually travels across the room pretty well on its own. I think that's kind of an oversight on their part, or they did it intentionally to warn you that it may be hot. I don't know, but it is bright at night. So on the lights department, it does have a nice safety shut-off. It's less expensive, sits in the, closer to functional side of the spectrum of space heaters, but still not quite as good as a wall unit or a dedicated furnace. But it also doesn't come on the dislike side. It doesn't come with a remote control, and it still has that plastic smell which persists. It's kind of worrisome. I hope that goes away soon, otherwise it feels like I solved the heat problem, the lack of heat problem, and created a new problem, which is the smell of the plastic in the bedroom at night. But other than that, it's a good fan for the price. I just gotta see how that plays out over time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up or hit the bell to subscribe and be notified when new ones come out.